Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and in this video we are looking at the Takayuki Damascus hammered Nakiri 160mm knife. This line of knives is a core steel of VG10 stainless, very popular in lots of different brands and models of knives. The heat treat rating is about 60 Rockwell on that core steel. The construction is a multi-layered softer stainless cladding on either side of that core steel for a sandwich, and these have a hammered or tsushime effect, and it gives you a nice look to the knife. And you've also again got the kind of Damascus or layered effect as well, where it's ground down. The weight on the blade is about 188 grams or 6.6 ounces. These will vary just a little bit. The blade length is right around 160mm, about 6.3 inches, and the overall length just under 12 inches. The spine thickness on this one at above the back of the blade, the chin here, is about 1.85 millimeters, so a little under 2, and then pretty much just holds that all the way down. It really doesn't thin up much with any kind of taper towards the end of the blade here. The blade height, this is not a particularly tall Nakiri, so the back of the blade here is about 47 millimeters high, and then I measured also in the middle, and this one's pretty obvious just by looking at it more than some, but it's about 44 in the middle, then it shrinks up a little smaller than that. So it doesn't have a straight flat edge on it, it kind of goes up, which means on the board, we'll look at that, but your knife's going to be angled just a little bit. The handle is a solid fitting and nice fit and finish dyed stabilized Packawood with a partial tang that does not go all the way around to lighten the load a little bit on the blade or lighten the back end of it. So the balance point on this is right about there, just kind of pretty good for an in-between a pinch grip and also a racket type grip, hammer type grip. So let's take a close-up look at this blade. The fit and finishes are done well on these. And so you can see you do have some screen kanji with the name Made in Japan, Damascus VG10. There's your tsushime or hammered finish on it, and there's your core steel showing at the edge. Out of the box, these come quite sharp. I'll give them a solid 6 out of 10. There's not a lot of polish to the edge. It's not a high grit finish, but they do come pretty darn sharp out of the box. I went ahead and sharpened it just for a little more practice with this steel, and I've got a friend who's got the Santoku of this line, and from doing a few sharpenings on that, I like the way the steel sharpens. It sharpens well compared to a lot of VG10s I've used, and I think it holds an edge quite well, for this type of stainless. And so I'm a pretty big fan of their VG10 implementation from what I've played with, with not a ton of experience, but enough to know I think it's pretty good. The fit and finish on the handle's done quite well. And you've got a little bit of a sharp edges on the corners of the spine and also the choil back of the blade. I think that could probably be touched up just a little bit with some sandpaper if you want to relieve that just a little bit. Let's take a look at it on our cutting board. This knife gets fairly thin right at the edge. And here it is on our cutting board. Doesn't have a big old long flat spot, so just kind of flows a little bit of a flat spot towards the heel, and you can see it kind of angles the blade up off the board just a little bit with the way that the knife is ground, the front being shorter than the back. Plenty of space here if you want to rock it a little bit over shorter ingredients. So there's your profile. We'll look at it just this way real quick. And it's just a good solid Nakiri, well made. Nice looking, all stainless, interesting looking yo or western handle. So there you have the Takayuki Damascus hammered tsushime Nakiri 160mm knife.